Haley walked through her front door, her heart heavy and her mind spinning. She could barely believe what her husband, Mark, had just confessed to her. She had always thought they had the perfect marriage, but now everything had unraveled in an instant. Mark had told her that he had been having an affair with her own sister, Jessica. Haley couldn't believe it. Her own sister had betrayed her and her husband had been the one to tell her. She couldn't even look at him right now. As she made her way to their bedroom, she couldn't stop the tears from flowing down her face. She collapsed onto their bed, feeling as though her whole world had crumbled. She hated them both. How could they do this to her? But as Haley lay there, her sadness quickly turned to anger. She couldn't just let them get away with this. No, she was going to make sure they paid for what they did. As she lay there, she started to plan her revenge. She knew she had to be careful and make sure she didn't get caught. She also wanted to make sure it was something that would truly hurt them both. After hours of planning, Haley finally had a plan in place. She started by setting a trap for Jessica. She sent her a text from Mark's phone inviting her to their house for a romantic evening while Haley was away on a business trip. Jessica eagerly accepted, thinking she was going to be spending a night with Mark. But little did she know Haley had set up hidden cameras all over the house. When Jessica arrived, she found a note from Haley saying that she knew about the affair and was going to make sure everyone else did too. Haley then sat in her hotel room watching the live feed from the cameras. She watched as Jessica's face turned from excitement to horror as she realized she had been set up. She took great satisfaction in seeing her sister's misery. But her plan didn't end there. Haley also had a plan to punish Mark. She hired a private investigator to gather evidence of his affair and started the process of filing for divorce. But instead of confronting him right away, she decided to play a little game. She sent Mark anonymous letters and emails hinting at the affair and warning him that he was being watched. She watched as he grew more and more paranoid, not knowing who was behind the messages. Finally, when she had enough evidence, Haley confronted Mark. She showed him the pictures and videos from the hidden cameras and his face turned pale. He knew he had been caught. Haley then proceeded to serve him with divorce papers and made sure that the affair would be made public. She sent the evidence to their friends and family, making sure that everyone knew the truth about her cheating husband and conniving sister. And in the end, Haley had her revenge. Mark and Jessica's reputation was ruined and they both suffered the consequences of their actions. As for Haley, she was free of her unfaithful husband and toxic sister, and she moved on to find happiness and love elsewhere. She may have initially been broken by their betrayal, but in the end, Haley came out stronger and more resilient. And she always made sure to remind herself that the best revenge was living well and never letting herself be hurt like that again.